Hello and welcome to another episode of Understanding Sail Trim. In this episode of Understanding Sail Trim, we're going to be talking a little bit about twist. There's three ways to manipulate a sail physically. We have draft, we have angle of attack, and we have twist. So our question for this episode is, what is twist? If we take a series of cross sections of a sail as we're moving from the head down to the foot, the difference of the angle of attack between each cross section is what makes up the twist. Twist can be adjusted by controlling the elevation of the clew of the sail. By allowing the clew to rise up, we're going to increase the twist, and by pulling the clew down, we're going to decrease the twist. Now, our entire goal when manipulating twist is to achieve laminar flow over the sail in its entirety. We can adjust the twist of a sail by trimming in or easing out our main sheet and boom vang. As we said in the previous episode, the main sheet is going to adjust the angle of attack. But at a certain point, our main sheet is going to stop pulling the boom in and it's going to start pulling the boom down. At this point, it's no longer adjusting our angle of attack and it has started manipulating the twist. Now, our boom vang is simply a line that's connected to the boom and then it runs to a point down by the base of the mast. This line simply pulls the boom down or allows the boom to rise up as the head is pushed out. Now, when we look at a sail from head to foot, you'll notice that there are multiple series of telltales. If you notice that the windward telltales on the head of your sail are fluttering or the head of your sail is luffing, that means you need to pull the boom down. You can do this by trimming in your main sheet or trimming in your boom vang. I like to think of the boom vang as a separate main sheet just for the head of the sail. If you can't see any of the telltales on the head of the sail, however, or your leeward telltales fluttering, that means you don't have quite enough twist. In this case, you need to allow the boom to rise up by either easing your main sheet and bringing your traveler to windward, or releasing your boom vang and letting the head twist out. Once you've set your twist, you may find that you need to readjust your angle of attack. At this point, you need to do that using your traveler. The traveler does not pull the boom down, it only pulls the boom from side to side. If none of your sail is luffing and you can see all of your telltales flying beautifully, then your twist is set. You don't have to touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Reducing the draft is the most effective way to reduce our power. Changing the angle of attack is the most responsive way of reducing our power, and then adjusting the twist is a good last resort means of mitigating excessive power. Spilling the power off the head of the sail is going to reduce our heeling and reduce our weather helm substantially. Now, when we're trimming our jib works the exact same way as the main. We're looking for laminar flow over the entire sail, and we can adjust the twist in the jib by adjusting the position of our jib leads. By moving our jib leads forward, that's going to be pulling the sail more down and less aft, which in turn is going to be pulling the head of the sail in. Conversely, if we move those jib leads aft, that's going to be pulling the sail more aft and less down. That means that the head of the sail is going to twist out. Now, if we're sailing on a close haul, meaning we're having our sails pulled in as tightly as possible, sometimes when we trim our jib in too much, that can close off the slot between the main and the jib, particularly on the middle set of the sail, up towards the head of the jib. One of the biggest causes of this is our jib leads being too far forward. So on a close haul, it may be necessary to move your jib leads aft in order to open up the slot at the head between the main and the jib. Next, let's talk a little bit about twist in regards to sailing downwind. When we're sailing downwind, we're not using any kind of airflow for propulsion, but rather we're being pushed. If the head of our sail is allowed to twist out, we're just going to be spilling all the air off the head of the sail. So in this case, we need to pull that boom down to be able to use the full propulsion of the entire sail. So in other words, when sailing downwind on a broad reach or a run, you want as little twist as possible. So you're going to really crank in really tight on that boom vang so that your boom is going to come down, the head's going to come in, and you're being propelled efficiently. This is also going to help reduce the chafe of your mainsail rubbing up against your shrouds and your spreaders. I hope this video was helpful in understanding what twist is and how to properly use it. And for more information on sailing and sail trim and boating and yachting, and really just life in general, anything that you want to know about, please watch the rest of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful season.